see this on internet. Every shower faucet is different, and I don't see something similar to mine. It's a pain to fix any kind of shower faucet. What happened was the water temperature is actually, first of all, the water flow is so small, so limited. When I turn on this water faucet by turning this handle, I don't know what happened. I guess gradually or something. I don't know who did what. But what happened was this water faucet stopped. When I turn this water faucet handle, the water just don't come out. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't remember touching this thing, but in any case, so the water was coming out really small, but now it's finally fixed. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Anyhow, so let me turn the handle to show you guys. Okay, see? Now the water is coming out pretty good, but and there's this stopper on the left. You can't turn no more. When you turn, when the white thing, when this brown's step turn clockwise, is shut off. It will shut off the water. Okay, and you can see I'm turning, and the white stuff is turning in the background until I hit this right hand side of this red stop, and that shuts off the water totally. You can see there's no water. A little bit of dripping, but it's because of what's in the piping beyond this point. But the water flow is much better than what's there before. What's there before is pretty much trickling out to the faucet and also the shower head. So you can't even take a shower because the water flow is just so small. Anyway, what I did was I noticed there are two screws in the back here. And I was just guessing. This one is the controlling the cold water into this faucet, and this is the control valve of the hot water that goes into this faucet. So I noticed they were both sitting in the vertical position, meaning vertical position. So the valve is actually closed. For the water to come through this valve here, and this is the cold water. So the cold water is not coming in because this valve is at a 90 degrees vertical angle. Similarly, for the hot water on the hot water side or the left hand side, this screw, for whatever reason, it was at the vertical, straight 90 degrees vertical as well. And I guess the water, when I turn this handle, yeah, the water come out, but the water is coming out like trickling down, you can't take a shower. I don't know what happened, and I don't remember opening this up because I'm just not that, I'm just not that handy, never done anything like this because I'm afraid of always messing around with the faucet, water faucet. I'm going to break it, and I'm going to cause major water damage, and then the water is going to leak into all over the place. Anyway, so what I did was I just get my slotted screwdriver. I figured that vertical just doesn't seem right. It should let the water flow into here. So those two valves. So what I did was I just slowly turned this valve using my big slotted screwdriver. I turn it to, as you can see, to this almost horizontal position, and I turn the cold water just a little bit, maybe, I don't know, 20 degrees to the left to try to open this cold water valve. I turn a lot more, probably more than like 100 degrees, from the vertical turn counterclockwise. you know, for actually, sorry, not time, more than 45 degrees, so more like a 60 degrees or 50 degrees. And then the hot water started coming out more, and the cold water started coming out more. That's how I was able to get a water flow, much better water flow. I'm going to show you again. And watch the white stuff back here, going from the right side of this rest stopper to the left side of this rest stopper. You know, see, the water is coming out much better. And if I put my finger here, the water is just warm, hot. But you know, if I put my hand underneath it long enough, it's going to burn. You know, so I don't want to. I don't want to do that. But you know, but it's warm enough to take a good shower. And if I change it to the shower head, as you can see, that water flow comes out very strong. You know, that solves my problem of this thing, water not coming out. So, you know, so that's how you do it. Adjust the two adjuster in the back, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the right counterclockwise, turn that. If you open it up, you find it's in vertical position, then you know it's that is why, you know. But if I want more hot water, I'll just turn that left hand side screw more, so I get more hot water into here. If I want cold water more, I'm just going to you know, open this up and turn that on the right hand side. Here you have it. That's what I. You know, so I'm going to put everything back, and I think mission accomplished. That's it. All right, now I'm just gonna put this color, screw this color on clockwise. Okay. Here we go. Clockwise. Just hand tight. Don't use any tool. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this back. Okay, and there are two long screws, one underneath there, one over there, so I think it goes like this. Because there are two screws in the back there, as you can see in the back there. See that? Those two screws. Screw hole. One over here. So this long screw is going to go in like that, and the other one is going to go in like that. Okay? So that's how you put this cover back. Try to line them up. May not be. I don't know how they did it before. It's crazy. To try to find those two holes, it's almost like impossible. Anyway. Okay, I finally put the two screws on. And now this is finally, alright, which I'm going to show you in a second. And this is the little tiny metal piece that fits on this hex screw, and it's gonna go into here like this, like so. I'm just turning it clockwise, and this little set screw is going to poke through. See that? Poke through that handle in there, and then locks this handle in, and then I can turn this faucet on and off. So that's what I'm doing here. Here we go. Gonna tighten it with my wrench or hex screwdriver. See, there we go. And now I can turn this thing, and there is my big water flow with the hot water coming out gradually, you know, and that water is coming out pretty strong, you know. Oh yeah. And then if I don't want it that much, I just turn this thing, and I can have less cold but still plenty of water coming out. And let me just shut it off. Now there we have it. I just shut it off. Okay, so that's the water faucet troubleshoot. In the end, there's this little plastic thing that should go back in there. So this way, from the bottom of it, you can't even see the handle. That's where you put your Allen screw through this after you remove the plastic cap in order to remove the handle. Okay, everything is so heated nicely. Okay, that's it. Job all done. Succeed.